next guest this evening has appeared in the films Murder in the First, Exotica, and The Crow, City of Angels. Starting this Friday, you can see her along with John Travolta and Dustin Hoffman. It's an amazing cast in Mad City. Please welcome Mia Kirshner. Thank you very much for coming back.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, this sounds pretty cool. Dustin Hoffman and John Travolta. Two huge stars.
Two huge stars who I'm completely intimidated by.
Right. Now, I'm good friends with Travolta, so I know what he's like. Laugh at that, please. There you go. Laugh at that. But Dustin Hoffman, that's a guy that intrigues me. I'm curious, what's he like? What's Dustin Hoffman like, just hanging around the set? And don't be afraid to tell anything embarrassing.
He's so funny. I mean, this guy would come in on his days off and read off-camera lines for me. And I remember one day, I mean, I've seen all of Dustin's films, and
you
one day...
just call him Dustin?
Dustin. Although you don't want to, when you're in awe of somebody like that, you don't want to say their first name. You don't really want to refer to them as anything, just as to not to offend them.
So you go, hey, buddy.
Hey, buddy, what's up? So I remember this one day, I'm in that hair and makeup trailer, and he starts doing an imitation of Rain Man. And then he starts doing an imitation of Tootsie.
Wait a minute, Rain Man, he won an Oscar for playing an emotionally disturbed man, and now he does it like a party trick?
Like a party trick.
He goes to parties and stuff, and hey, catch this out. Oh, I'm going to be late for Wapner. Wapner, late for Wapner. Ha, 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 that's hilarious, Dustin. That's so weird. That's so strange.
And then he would just start doing Tootsie. It was absolutely amazing.
So he pretty much goes through all his films.
Totally.
Sounds a little cuckoo.
Dustin's a very nice man.
You know, we had you on the program before. You seem to me, and I don't know you well, you seem like a very nice person. You do. You seem very sweet. Were you a sweet kid when you were in school, or were you a troublemaker?
No, I was a bit of a bad... Oh, I almost said a swear word on camera. Oh, no.
Oh, really?
I was a bit of a bad kid.
That's not a swear word.
I almost said badass on camera, but I shouldn't say that.
Well, the problem's been taken care of.
Lady, you get out of here right now.
Yeah.
Well, that's exactly what... I used to be kicked out of class constantly for doing things like that. Like, I was in this French class, and I was, like, always the instigator and always the troublemaker. And we used to start these humming wars in class where we'd begin to, like, go, and then as soon as the French teacher would turn her back, I would stop. I used to, like, flip erasers at her head and, like, tape record her voice, and then while she was playing the lesson and during tests, play it back, and she would get totally freaked out.
And now she's in an insane asylum, right?
Oh, my God.
I mean, those things, like, they go a little... I mean, playing with her mind, that sounds like it's going a little far.
I once had this substitute teacher tell me I was the devil and then sent down to the principal's office.
You got sent to the principal's office?
I've been sent to the principal's office many a time. I remember the worst time with ever... My parents don't even know about this, so...
Well, they won't find out.
I remember I went to the school where... I live in Toronto, where it's very, very cold. And... Yeah, Canadians in the house, you go!
No. They're not Canadian. They're just glad that you're from Toronto.
Thank you.
They've heard it's very nice there.
And it would get very cold, so I would sneak. My teachers must have thought I had a bladder problem because I used to ask to use the washroom all the time. And we would huddle in the girls' washroom, all of my friends. And at that time, I had just discovered Playgirl magazine. I was about 10 years old, and I used to memorize the stories. And
girls really look at Playgirl? I mean, I know that guys look at Playboy.
You better believe it.
Really?
Totally. And I used to tell these erotic stories at 10 in the washroom. Little did I know, the vent, for some reason, the vent to the girls' washroom is connected to, like, the principal's office. So, I'm
Why
like...
is that? I mean...
Some pervert designed the school.
What's going on there?
I agree.
I don't suppose the principal was in on the design of the building.
You never
Well,
know.
Mr. Principal, we're just about set to... One thing! See to it that all the vents from the bathrooms lead directly to my office. But, sir, there's no need to just do it!
I started telling this very erotic, salacious story about a man, a photographer, and one of his clients who wore a lot of lingerie. And
Those are the same stories in Playboy.
Honey, it's all the same.
It's the same story.
They all lead to the same thing. It's all about the sex.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Right.
So I leave the washroom ready to go back outside, and then I'm told, young lady, you'll see the principal now.
But you must climb through the vent to get to him.
And I was expelled for a few days, and I told my parents that it was a school holiday, an impromptu holiday.
What can they do to you now? You're a powerful entertainment figure.
Well, I don't know. I'm still getting into trouble at college.
Oh, really? Where are you
Yeah.
going to school? Or you can't say?
No, it's cool. I go to McGill. Nobody's applauding. Applaud!
Well, wait a minute.
Good school.
You just mentioned where you went to school to get applause?
Yeah.
You're supposed to then say, like, where do you go to school? In America? See?
I'm Canadian. Proud to be Canadian. Thank you.
Okay. Well, we've got a little,
You're not a fan of the Canadians, Conan?
I love the Canadians. The Canadians, to their credit, they were the first people to embrace our show. They really were.
Yes, because we know what's hot in Canada.
Canadian fans, like, when our show first got started and everyone in America was joining in the hate fest, Canadians said, we like this show.
We used to watch...
Now that America likes it, Canadians can't stand it.
That's not true. I lived in a dorm in first year.
I was kidding, and you're like, that's not true, which means it kind of is true, probably.
We lived in a dorm, and we used to watch your show every night.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome, Conan.
I knew you were watching.
That's
I can
it.
tell.
You can tell.
Yes.
Good.
Is it getting creepy enough for you in here?
I'd like it to get a little creepier, Conan. Andy, why don't you say something?
It's beyond my creepiness threshold. Yeah.
You were enjoying it just fine. Yeah, right. All right, Mad City, sounds exciting, opens this Friday, November 7th.
Yes.
And best of luck with that. Doesn't sound like you need it, but come on back, visit us again.
Oh, my gosh, thank you.
All right, very cool. Mia Kirshner, thanks for being here. Mia Kirshner, we'll take a break. Everybody, we'll be right back. That was good. All right, everybody, that's our show tonight. I do want to thank all my guests. Stay tuned for later. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.